Today on the channel, adrenaline starts to flow, thrashing all around, acting like a maniac with Whiplash, Iron Man, and Count Nefaria.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Here, welcome back to the channel for another Iron Man Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got two dastardly baddies. We got Count Nefaria and we got Whiplash. But of course, for all your Iron Man needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Big Bad Toy Store. Use the link in the description down below. Support the channel. Save that link, of course. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And we got two bad guys right here, but we're going to go home again. Home again, back to the old school Iron Man Toy Biz line from the 90s. A line I absolutely loved as a kid. Still love it to this day, and that's what the nostalgia is with this set here. But of course, I remember Whiplash from that. First time I ever heard of Whiplash was with the action figure, and then of course the cartoon. Later he was in, what was it, Iron Man 2? Wasn't it like Mickey Rourke playing him? But when I think of Iron Man villains, Whiplash is right there at the top of the list for me. So I'm happy to get one here in the Marvel Legends line. Looking good in that throwback style packaging. You got Iron Man doing his thing over there. Classic Iron Man, classic Marvel logo up there as well. 4 and up on these. Oh, Mark Summers, you know what to do. Get these 3-year-olds out of here. If you see any milling around, you know where to take them. Out to the interstate. That's where you take them. But we do got Whiplash here looking really, really nice. It just says Marvel's Whiplash. So, it makes sense. The math checks out. We'll say that much there. Throwback carding on the side, or nothing really on the side. On the back, we get that kind of diagram there. Very classic style. Get a little blurb up top. Very hard to read, but I'm going to power through. I'm going to do it. UPC's jibber jabber down below. Let's see what it says about old Marvel's Whiplash. Whiplash puts his skills as a weapons developer to criminal use, taking his cybernetic whips to battle against Iron Man. Well, I could have wrote that blurb there. Hasbro, feel free to hire me. I could help with some of these blurbs, I think. I could. They might go off the rails. They might mention Mark Summers and Todd McFarlane a little too much, but you know what? It's got to be done sometimes. Can I get in the bottom here? And I'm an expert going through the back door, as some know here on the channel. Got a little plastic, see you later Frisbee style. A little this going on, see you later goodbye. A little Spider-Man style, bam! Off the screen, see you later. Plastic prison, looking interesting here. And we're going to pop everything out. We're going to get a Whiplash out of the package here. Hopefully. Come on, Whiplash. Oh, that cape. The Lando Calrissian cape season. Oh, come on. There we go. Talk about a battle. A battle for the ages. Move over, Iron Man. We're taking on the capes these days. And we got 2 extra hands there. And then truly in Whiplash fashion, we got a whip. See you later. Goodbye. Let's get down to business right here. Let's see what's going on with Whiplash. We do get purple gloved hands here, 2 gripping hands here, 2 fists of Whiplash Fury out of the package. You got to give them these gripping hands here so he can have his whip, of course. I mean, you can't have a Whiplash without a whip, can you? Can you? I don't know. You do get a little ponytail action and a real challenging move here. Go in a full green. You know, people dye their hair all the time, but do you ever go full green? That's a wild move. Dare I say a power move. That's what that is there. We do get his ponytail. We'll put that in here. And then we do get this whip, almost looking like a thing of beads. I don't know what these beads could possibly be used for, but he's got this whip right here. Very interesting. But it is Whiplash. It is a nice translucent yellow plastic. I like that. You got a little golden handle down here. Really fits Whiplash. You got to have him displayed with this in his hand. I don't know how you couldn't not do that. But I'm sure somebody will. I'm sure somebody will. But now we got Whiplash out of the package here. Almost looking like a, I don't know, like a Zorro type character or something. Get that kind of purple mask over the top, and then you got a very stoic look going through. Very white eyes. I don't know what that white eyes mean. But then you do plug his hair in, which is an interesting one as well. Ooh, oh, there we go. You got to really get that in there, but that does work, and that does throw it back, of course, back in the day to his Marvel Toy Biz, we'll call it. I was going to say Marvel Legend. Probably, it was even before that. It was Marvel's Toy Biz. But he's got that big ponytail looking very good here. It just looks like he needs to say on guard to somebody and start fencing somebody is what it looks like here to me. Very interesting. Got the black jumpsuit throughout. Then you got the purple gloves like we talked about. The forearm guards here in purple as well. Got a high collar in purple. And you know, the higher the collar, the more power you got. And we know how that goes. And then you got purple down here in the boots as well. Very plain Jane in the black outfit. But he does got his satchel, his merce, his purse. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm not sure what Whiplash is up to. But he does got his purse going on there. Always an interesting move. And once again, in some circles, a power move with a guy with a purse. It is true. It is a power move. You never know. He does got a cape looking very, very nice here. Cape is not removable on this one, so don't even try. Don't even try. It's not removable. They got the little clasp there, keeping it together in gold. Looking nice. Talked about the collar. Talked about the head. Pretty much is what it is. It is plain in some instances, but man, it works. It is Whiplash at the end of the day. An all-time favorite of ours, and of course, he will fit on a ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. But walking through the articulation real quick, arms all the way around. You do get kind of hung up by that cape a little bit, so watch out for that. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows here for that. Hands removable back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side, up and down. Of course, we saw the ponytail removable. Ab crunch, waist articulation. Big old Whiplash splits if you do need them. Thigh cut, of course, leg goes up. Double jointed knees, very, very tight. Boot cut on this one? Yep, we got a boot cut. We got ankles back and forth, side to side as well. So all of our usual Marvel Legends articulation here. I don't know if he's, in the grand scheme of things, is he like a C-level, D-level villain? Probably. But for Iron Man, maybe a A-, maybe a B-level villain. You guys can tell me in the comments down below. But I'm glad to have a Whiplash in my collection here as we start building out Tony Stark's Iron Man toy world or cartoon world, whatever you want to call it. But I'm here for the bad guys a lot of the times, and Whiplash, one I definitely needed in my collection. But now we turn our attention to another one that wasn't on my bingo card, and let's be honest, I don't have a bingo card. I'm not that old. But Count Nefaria, and I don't even remember Count Nefaria in the cartoon. I don't remember him in the toy line back in the day, so maybe I missed out. I'm not exactly sure. I remember him having a brief appearance back in the day in, like, was it X-Men or New Mutants, something like that. I remember because I was all into the mutant comics back then. But I remember him briefly in one of those. I just don't remember in Iron Man. But we know how these heroes and villains do. They get around. And Count Nefaria apparently crossed paths with one Tony Stark Iron Man along the way somewhere. Iron Man packaging looking good. You got his name there. Marvel, all the usual stuff we just talked about. Not a ton of bells and whistles here. We're not getting a lot of extra accessories with a lot of these figures anymore. And when you're paying $24.99 and up in some instances, is there enough meat on the bone right here? It's fun to get a new villain. It's fun to get a new character. It's a fun packaging. But with little to no extras and bells and whistles, does it feel like you're getting your money's worth? I don't know. That's an answer, and that's why so many people in this day and age are waiting for clearance. Well, if everybody waits for clearance, we know it happens. They just stop producing as much stuff, and then we get back to the days pre-COVID where everything was so hard to get. But I think we're headed back that way. I think maybe it'll take another year or so, but we're seeing all these toy companies dialing back because clearance isn't a good thing for anybody. That is for sure. So we'll see what ends up happening. But let's see what it says about this old Count. Is he a famous Count like Count Dooku or Count Dracula possibly? A wealthy nobleman and leader of an international crime family, Count Nefaria launches attacks aims to take down Iron Man and the Avengers. So you can really put him with Captain America, all those other guys if you want to. And once again, very good to get a villain that we needed in our collection. I am here for that. See you later, goodbye. Spider-Man style. See you later, goodbye. Plastic Prison, Count Nefaria, doing nefarious things, I think is what he's doing. And the cape falls out. See you later. Oh my gosh, almost lost it. Didn't get the hook on there, hit the camera. But I think we're okay. We're surviving for another day. But we do get the cape here flying through like Doctor Strange's cape is what it felt like right there. Gonna pop these hands out, pop this body out, and bam! See you later, goodbye. All right, let's get down to this nefarious person here in the old Count Nefaria. 2 Fists of Fury. We've seen a lot of Fists of Fury out of the package. These guys are coming right out of the package, ready to throw punches in bunches. They're ready to take it to the streets if they need to. But then we get the splayed out hands, and I feel like a guy like Count Nefaria, he's going to get that cape and he's going to be all splayed out. He's going to do something like that. Could be me. You guys tell me. But we do get the cape here. Very Doctor Strange-like. Like I mentioned, red on the outside, blue on the inside, of course. Or maybe yellow. Maybe yellow. We get red and yellow cape here. Plugs in the back, G.I. Joe style. Gets the job done, I'm sure. But now we get down to Count Nefaria, and he does kind of have a lot of Doctor Strange feels to him. He's got that gray hair in the side, black over the top, and you know, that gray hair in the side, it's distinguished. It's a distinguished gentleman is what that is, I think. Got a goatee here, very 90s in the old goatee. Got a little rope around him. I don't know why you got that rope there, looking very interesting. Maybe he's gonna, you know, take a rappelling course or something. I don't know what he's doing with that yellow rope. Looking interesting there. He's got the white and black suit. And I've said this a lot over the years, and it's been a while since I've had this issue. But black and white paint is always tough to get looking perfect. And it looks to me like on the white on his shoulders and arms, it's a different color white than the rest of the plastic. They needed a couple extra coats here, it looks like, over that black, because the black is really seeping through there. So it does look a little bit janky, we'll say, as far as things do go. But very interesting looking body here. He does got a big belt going here, and it's got a big N on there. So if you forgot who he is, you just looked at that belt, you know what's going on. He might not have a big collar, but that's a power move in its own way is what we'll say right there. 2 Fist Fury we did mention there, and then the skinny legs down here in black. White boots going on, a little red trim going on. We're seeing that in the forearm and in the gloves as well. But looking very nefarious is what he's looking at. I think we can all agree on that here. I'm going to plug this backpack in, give him the whole effect. See how he looks here. See what we're feeling about this guy. Is he looking extra nefarious? Are we going to put him with our X-Men or our Avengers or our Iron Man shelf? I don't know. It's a million-dollar question is what it is. Don't necessarily need to run through the articulation on this guy, as we just ran through it on Whiplash, so it's going to be very, very similar. And I guess he does got a pretty high collar in all things considered. I guess the collar's just on the cape here. This backpack doesn't want to stay in very well, I'll say that much, but there it is. Very whimsical. There must be a breeze coming through. Who knows? But like I was saying, the articulation can be identical to Whiplash right here. An interesting looking figure, but I'm always happy to get these villains we've never had. I wish this cape was a little bit better, though. Doesn't want to stay in very good. It's kind of a weird angle and a weird way to do it. Might have to play around with it a little bit. But it doesn't seem to want to go all the way in. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be very nefarious, and that's what he's doing. That's what he's about. He's about doing nefarious things, and he's doing that right here at the table today with this cape especially. So we're running into all kinds of troubles with this cape. We'll see what happens. Your mileage may vary on you, but I'll stick that off to the side. But we got Nefarious. We got Whiplash all day long. Whiplash takes the Duke on this one for me. Love me some Whiplash. Love me some Metallica, especially old school Metallica. You know I'm here for that. But looking good for some bad guys for Iron Man to feud with on my shelf. And who knows, maybe in my play setup when I'm playing with my figures later. Maybe not. Who knows? But there it is, another Iron Man unboxing. What are your guys' thoughts on these two? Pickups, passes, long games, no games. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day. And then some. We'll get even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon, including early access to both YouTube channel videos. Plenty of stuff over there to keep you busy. Thank you to everybody that signs up for the Patreon. Of course, don't forget ProWrestlingTees.com. Pick up a t-shirt. My book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Classic Superstar Series, on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And then, of course, social media. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads. And on Instagram. So for little Iron Man Marvel Legends, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.